Hello guys, welcome back. Hope you did well. This video about upgrade of my firmware on KS3. I just got the from Tswift the upgrade file. Just paid for it and it got transferred within a few hours. So now I just updated the first firmware. So we're gonna go step by step. Going from 8265 to 8530 and then 8800, right? So my KS3 is being already installed with Friction Design Kit and AC Infinity Fan, like I showed in previous videos. So basically we are doing the first upgrade 2-minute on the file 5253, which is pretty good. 6 minutes, right? So that's about time. Let's try one more time to reset. No, didn't show up yet. Hash rate abnormal. Let's see, we do get in shares, so it's supposed to go on track pretty quickly here. So our speed on the fan at right now at 50%, right? So it's a level 5, 50%. Exhaust temperature 113, so it's keeping up pretty good. The AC Infinity Fan with the temperatures outside being cold, which is a good thing. So let's take a look and see where we are on the hash rate here. Let's refresh one more time. All right, we start getting the hash rate. So I guess we are at 8458 first 5 minutes. Which is a good sign. So we're a little higher that we were on the stack. On the stack we were getting like 82, 83. But again, it's only 7 minutes. So probably let it run for about, let's let it run for another 20 minutes. We'll come back and check this first settings there before we upgrade to further. Or maybe I should go to the second one, because let's take a look. Let's see, the temperature is actually pretty good. Let's look at the power consumption. That's what I was gonna check from 3300. So we were getting 3300 before, and now we at 3400. So it's about 100 watt increase. It was 3330, now it's 3430. So it's about 100 watt extra for extra. What, about 250 gigahash? 100 watt? Yeah, it's not bad. It's like a KS0-pro, right? Even a little better, because we're getting obviously like around 250 supposedly terahash more for 100 watts. So let's upgrade to the next level and then let it run, because the temperature seems fine. And our power consumption still probably acceptable before we hit 3600 watts. So let's go and do the our mining. How do we get that screen? Okay, firmware upgrade. Select file. So we're going now to the next file, which is 8530. I'm gonna select that. Update. It will take about 10 to 20 seconds to record firmware. Okay, we're gonna click OK there, and operation successful. OK. So we basically rebooted the system, so it will take another 7 minutes, probably before we get back to hash rate 7-8 minutes. So we'll be back in 7 minutes, and we'll check our power consumption here for KS3, and also we will check how are we doing on the temperatures and the speed of the fan. If the temperatures increases, the fan's supposed to run faster, or if I need to add the maybe I'll just do what I'll just put level 5 is a minimum 50%. I don't want to run at 40% for the upgrades, and I'll probably do what I was gonna say. I'm gonna do the actually 60% fan run. It's recommended to be at 80. So let's just reduce temperature to 100. That will give us a lot more boost, and we'll get the 50% minimum. Okay. So we'll be back in about 7-8 minutes just to check how we're doing on these temperatures again. And we just rebooted. Seems to be it didn't change much here. It's 81,255. So I wonder what's the name difference. I didn't notice that. I don't know if you guys know the other one, but I guess we'll just, that's just the name of it, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so we are on the second stage for 8530, and we'll check on that and the power consumption. So it's still restarting. It's only at 50 watts, so we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. All right, guys, see you. All right, so we are at 8-minute mark, and the hash starts showing up, 8600 gigahash, so 8.6 terahash. Let's look at the power and the temperature first. So we're still at 42 degree on exhaust, 15-16 on intake. It looks like it's really low on intake because I increased the fan speed, which is probably a really good idea, when especially when you do the last upgrade, to increase the fans. And right now I'm running at, let's see what the speed is. Yeah, it's 70% right now. So yeah, it's cooling down pretty good at 70% with the cold air outside. So it's basically keeping that at 42 degree on the exhaust. We'll give it a minute just to see if it's keep warming up, because it's a higher hash rate. Let's take a look at power consumption here. All right, so what do we have? We have KS3 3510, so 35, let's say, yeah, 30, so about 200 watt of the power. 200 watt, we've got extra power increase. Obviously we're running fans a little bit more, so the power of the fans, it's not calculated in this power consumption. It's only KS3 with removed all 4 fans. Just got my fresh coffee. This is so great. It's been a good morning. By the way, December 4th on 2023, and we getting 8600 still. So we'll probably get an extra, what's possibly 550 gigahash. So at this point we're like 2.5 KS0-pro, almost 3 KS0-pro, right? At only 200 watts, so it's really good sign there. Obviously this hash rate gonna probably slow down a little bit, and on our pool it's probably gonna get to yeah, see, I have 80, didn't update yet. It's still like a 5.65 because I've been restarting, so really need to give it 30 minutes probably run before we're gonna see on the pool what's our average there. At least 30 minutes and then 3 hours, so I guess gonna have to do a couple days run on this. But I like the power consumption is still 35, so the next step is probably gonna go to 36. Feels like 3630 probably, right? 3630. I wonder what's my voltage drop at the on the actual plug. So let me try to find that. I have it here. Okay, it's dropped to 228 volt according to the smart plug energy monitor. I'm gonna show you just in a second. It's my screen got disconnected or not? Wait, where is it? I need to disconnect and reconnect. I don't see that. It's weird. Okay, let's reconnect. Alright, so we are back in business. So my power consumption here on the actual smart plug that it has the energy monitor in 3550, so pretty close to what's the imported energy. That's more accurate probably because it's based on the actual draw from the right from the breaker, and this is from the plug itself 3550, which a little bit higher because probably a voltage drop there 228 volts, and it's a 15 amp 15,000 milliamps, so I'm pretty much to the maximum capacity of my plug. I want to go too much higher. I probably can run 16.5 amp, 16 amp, 16.5 just, and gotta check the temperatures of the connections, you know, all the power supply connections just to be safe. So right now it's almost like at the max limits. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead probably and give it a try on the next step. We'll go to our next, so yeah, it's a little bit increasing here. On the web GUI we still 86 or less, probably 85 now. Let's refresh. Still 86, 23, yeah, so it's doing pretty well. Let's look at the temperatures. They are still below 40, so this is really good news on the temperatures at 70% AC infinity fan, which is great. Basically it is right here. I'm at 70%, 104 my exhaust. Went even level 8, 80%, so I could reduce a little bit in my automation. If you guys saw the previous video, you can go and check it out, how to set up this automation for AC infinity fan using a Wi-Fi controller. So let's increase to, let's do 104 on the exhaust and hit done, and let's go back. So we are at 70%, drop to 60, 50%. Okay, so let's see if the temperature gonna go up quick. No, it's good, it's keeping up at 104, so we are gonna be at 50% here, hovering around. So let's see how high our temperature is gonna go on the actual miner. 42, 44. It's still pretty low. Let's give it a minute and refresh. Yeah, 43, 44. Really nice when it's cold outside. You don't need to worry about overheating or any of this. That's why I picked up the morning when it's like 45, 48 outside, right? So let's go to the next one and upgrade the last firmware. I don't see any differences here. Maybe I should just BG, KS3, BG, I don't know if one of that matters. So let's go and get my, at first I want to just go back actually because we're upgrading to the highest mode. I'll just gonna go back to 100 for now. And so my fans speed gonna go to 70-80% as we start. It's recommended to do 10, basically 100%, not 80%, but when you set the highest overclocks, but because of the outside or intake temperature is 40 degree and typically you use in 70 or 80 degree environment, like if you mining in your garage or in shed, that it's like not bringing the air from outside, right? So let's do the last update and we'll come back and check what we've got there, right? So gotta zoom out slightly and get the last firmware, and we taken 8800 now. Okay, and we're gonna click update here. It'll take 20 probably seconds, and that's about time that is gonna show. Okay, good thing, operation successful. Okay, confirm restarting the mining machine. Okay, and the last confirmation, operation successful. So now we are going to next. I'm wondering if any of this, I'm gonna just save this real quick and we'll compare to just screenshot of this version, because to me, like, I cannot see any differences in that. Yeah, we'll compare when we come back to the after machine gets restarted. Okay, all right, so we'll see you in another 7-8 minutes. We'll see how it goes. I got a quick note here. So as the machine restarted, it's the I got 3 messages that I wish I record that, but that operation failed. But I think the machine was off at that time. It was kind of rebooting. So I hope we went to the last firmware. So we will see in about 5 minutes. I was just gonna throw out in there if you guys receiving this kind of message, if something similar like that happened to you. Anyways, let me know. So we'll be watching the power and temperatures in about 6 minutes. All right, so we're back, and it's about, let's refresh. I think it's about 8, 9, or 11 minutes now. So we are running at 9 gigahash, 5 minutes and 30 minutes, not there yet. So let's take a look at our temperatures. All right, so temperatures looking good. 41, 43 exhaust. Intake is 17, so it's pretty cold outside. And I guess it's helping a lot. So let's take a look at my, oh, by the way, if you notice the miner name here, the version, I don't see any differences on what we did. We captured there, right? So let's take a look and put it right next to it from previous. So boot bin, yeah, looks exactly identical. Yeah, I don't know if you guys notice any difference, but it looks like all the versions shows up the same way over here on the bottom. The only differences is your hash rate there, and obviously the power consumption. So let's take a look and see where we are with the our temperatures. Our temperatures are super good. Let me zoom in here. It's the 41, 43. It's keeping up very good, nicely. And the power consumption. Oh, let's take a look at our power window here. And we're gonna update real quick here. We have 3600 3640 roughly, right? Between 3630, 3648. Well, so in average it's probably gonna be 3635, 3640. Let's say 3640, and we had a 3330, 3340, probably around 300 watts. So we added 300 watts and roughly gain, well, so far it's showing 9 gigahash, so it probably even more than yeah, so we really need to let it run probably for 24 hours before we do any final calculations, but I guess it's worth a while just to check it out. Let's say we've got 800 gigahash. That's the 4 KS0 Pro, and we only use 300 watts, so we're saving already here 100 watts. So it's basically a free fan running, so it's pretty good. Let's divide that. 800 divided by 300 watts, that's the 2.66 gigahash per watt, which is really great. It's actually really good numbers here. So let's take a look at overall 8,000 hash divided by 3,300 watts, 242. All right, so yeah, I guess it's the pretty good 2.42 gigahash versus what did we have? Just forgot. It's the 800 divided by 300. So 242 and 266. So it's a lot better power consumption. It's actually the highest efficiency available. If you remember, get the 2.44 for KS3, 36. Yeah, so average is 2.44. So now if we do get 8,000 at 3330, obviously I removed the fans, so it's probably was 3360, right? So it's 238. So we need to add here also another 100, maybe to be safe, 3,700 watts for 8.8 terahash. So it's still 2.38. So it's still most efficient miner on the market. So if we bring this to 360 KS0 Pro gigahash at 200 watts, it will be 1.8. So it's still a second, actually third after KS3M. Interesting, this is the wrong power consumption. That's probably 3,200 watts average. Yeah, so it's still kind of higher. Let's do 3,250. All right, so 185. It's still better. So KS3M number 2, and then we go to KS0 Pro. So KS0 Pros are pretty good on the power consumption, I guess. And KS3 is the beast. That's 2.38 gigahash per watt. That's the best consumption with the fans running. So if we just take consideration just the miner itself with the overclocks, is 242, and overclocks actually added 266, so it's even better because the stock is 238 and we're getting 242 after firmware upgrades. So I'm really happy with result. I'm gonna change it here as well for our calculation for ROI. I'll put 3,700 here. Yeah, just some more or less it's actually the same after the adding the 100 watts for the fan. But regardless, you need to run the fan, some kind of fans to cool down the KS3, not upgraded, so it's still gonna be 3,700 here. I mean, another 50 watts or something, right? So that's where we at. Let's go back and check how did we do on the hash rate now after a little while. So yeah, we dropped to 87, 18 minutes, 8774. So it's pretty close to 88. So yeah, and the temperatures are still great. Let's take a look. What's our fan speeds? Now we can adjust this fan speeds to where we want it. What's our power consumption? Let's take a look one more time. 3640. So yeah, it's about the same. 3630. Didn't change much. So let's do this. Let's look at my fan settings on the phone real quick. And then we could do this. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. I was looking for you. So let's go to KS3. We are at 80%, 104. So I definitely can adjust this after mode and add maybe 100. Let's go to 104. Let's see if it's safe. So we are at 60% now. 104. So probably can drop to 100. Increase temperature, exhaust to 100 and maybe 6 now. 50%. Yeah. All right. So it's a 50% fan right now. So we're probably gonna go between 50 and 60% until we'll see. Let's see the result here. If the temperature increased, let's see what the hash rate actually 8774. So dropped down a little bit. Wonder why. So we're at 4445. It's still kind of cool on the exhaust. I wonder if it's too cold. So let's do another change. Let's update automation here and do. So we're gonna click on this automation, edit, and we'll go to 106, 107 even. I think it's pretty safe. 107. So we did run 115 without overclocking for the temperatures. So let's take a look. What's our fan speed now? It's a 50%. You know, if we should do minimum 40. Kind of worry about doing 40 right now, because what if it's gonna get too hot? So look, it's actually still running between 5 and 6, just because I dropped it. The temperature went up a little bit. So I don't know. Let's keep it at the between 50 and 60 level, and for a little bit, and we'll see what's our temperature on the miner. It's 8774, so it's the hash rate kind of pumped a little bit. So yeah, it did go down slightly, then it's kind of popped up a little bit. So oh no, it's 8774. Didn't change, it's just kind of low, so we need to really give a 30-minute shot there. Okay, so it's increasing temperature to 48, 49 now. Let's do another refresh. Sorry about that. And we are at 22 minutes. Yeah, so we're going around 50 at 60% fan. I wonder if I should pick the higher temperature still. Let's do that. Let's do 110 degree. I think that's sounds like probably we're not gonna go much lower. Okay, so it dropped to 50 at 110, at keeping temperature down here at 109. Okay, so it's kicked to the 6. 60% anyway. So let's see where our temperature is going to be here. We'll probably get slight increase. So 51. Yeah, it's still pretty cool. I'm not going to increase any higher just because I don't want to go during the day. It will be warmer. I need to still keep the eye on the temperature so I don't go above 60 degree here. Yeah, I think that's about it. I will let it run for oh look, it's at 9 again. You know, probably 3 hours, and check it up, and then we'll get the other update on the next video for after probably full 24 hours, right? What do you guys think? And let me know if you want any other updates on that. Miner, here is my 60% running at 110, so you're probably gonna be between 50 and 60% fan. Right now, let's take a look at the power. 36 162 to 127 volts, and it's a 16.2 amp, so it's pretty much at the max, but it's still pretty close to 16 amp, so I'm kind of happy with this. I will watch the temperature on my cables connection. That's the mostly where it gets overheat. It's where the connection to the plugs and stuff, right? So because it's kind of on the high end of the of those temperatures. So let's take a look at my rating here, 3672. Oh wow, jumped a little bit. All right, okay, I guess that's it for this video. I guess click the like button if you like the video, and consider subscribing for more video content, and I will see you on the next one after probably a full day 24 hours update.